Hello and welcome to today's episode of Piano TV. I am Allysia, your host, and as I mentioned in the previous video, we are doing a Q&A session today, but it's a little bit different. We're not doing like our standard Q&A. We are doing a specific question and answer video about the upcoming course that's going to be going on in September. Check out the video that we did last time if you want more details about that, but the gist is that we are doing a 30-minute live piano course from September 1st to September 30th, and I really hope you'll join. It'll be awesome. But again, go check out that video. I have received a lot of questions about it that I wanted to further clarify and address in today's video, so let's get started. So one question I've received from multiple people is, will I need to have my computer at the piano for the live lessons? You can if you want, and I think it'll be useful if you do, but it's definitely not going to be necessary. The lessons are going to start with a little technical segment, so like a little warm-up segment, and that would be awesome if you could kind of play along during that segment. If you have a mobile device, that would be perfect because you could just take the live call with you to the piano. But again, if you're not at the piano at the moment, it's totally fine. We're not just going to be like, I don't know, doing like 10 minutes of the same thing over and over, so you're not just going to be sitting there watching the video being like... So no, you should be good there. If you want to just watch the video first and then take your music to the piano and like the lesson that you've absorbed and like apply it at the piano afterwards, that's totally fine. It's up to you. It's not going to be necessary. What I would recommend is having some loose leaf, and I'll mention this for the live calls too, because we are going to be doing some like actual like homework. You're an adult and you're having homework. Isn't this fun? But we are going to be having some like writing exercises and stuff. Another question that I've had a few of: what's the difference between these lessons and the content that's already available for free on the website? There is going to be some overlap. And in the live calls, if I think that there's a video that I've done that'll give you a deeper insight into a topic we're exploring, I'll be linking that video. But one of the main differences, there is going to be new content too though. One of the biggest differences is that it's going to be a lot more structured. So with the format of YouTube, it's hard to really like structure things in a do this on this day, do this on the next day, like that kind of form, which is why I wanted to do this like 30-day format, because I feel like a lot of people are yearning for more structure, so they know exactly what to practice and when to practice. So that's the main difference that you're going to be having with this content-wise. I would say like probably over half of the topics are going to be things we've already talked about, probably more than that even, but we are going to go deeper, right? Because we're going to be spending 30 minutes together a day. And my videos are usually, what, like 10 minutes long? So we'll be able to go a lot deeper into topics as well. Another question that's been brought up is, are you going to need much time beyond the half-hour session? Because a half an hour a day is already a lot of like a time commitment for people who have busy schedules. So that's totally a fair question. What I've actually done with every day of the plan is I've estimated how much time you're going to want to devote that day. So it's going to be, a regular day will be 30 minutes for the lesson and homework, because any written work we do is usually going to be during the lesson. And then a certain amount of time for technique, and then a certain amount of time for the music. And all of that together usually works out to about around an hour. Some days I estimate it more like 50 minutes, and some days I estimate more like an hour and 15 minutes. I don't think it goes beyond an hour and 15 minutes. Of course, it's like an estimate, and I'm totally guessing. Some of you might want to spend twice as much time. Some of you might not need that much time. It kind of just depends on where you're at. And again, this is why you don't have to do it every single day. But you'd want to estimate about an hour a day, more or less at a minimum, if you are following this every day. What can one expect on successfully completing the course? I want you to be first and foremost motivated. I want you to have a habit that you've established. That's one of the reasons I wanted to do the 30-day format as well, because if you're at the piano for 30 days in a row, it really gives a lot of momentum. And a lot of people struggle with motivation and momentum, so doing it every day will hopefully help keep you doing it every day going forward. The main thing is I want you to have practice tools, so that once the course is over and you're at home by yourself and you're at the piano and you're working on new things, you have a whole bunch of different ideas on how to practice properly, what you could do with different pieces. I don't want the course to be a crutch. I want it to be kind of like a launching point to give you a whole bunch of ideas for when you're exploring music on your own. So if that's, you know, if you open up a pop book and you're like, what do I do with this at the beginning of 30 days? At the end of 30 days, I'm hoping that you'll open that same book and go, I can do this arrangement or something. Basically, I want to give you guys like confidence at the piano. I want you to give you guys confidence in your ability. I want you to actually literally improve too. And that's one of the reasons that we're doing a technical exercise every day, because I really, really, really want you to see a measurable improvement in your piano playing. One fun thing we're going to do too is at the beginning, we're going to take a look at a piece of music that you'll be able to play, or at least partially play, by the end of the course. And at the beginning, it's going to look kind of scary and like, oh, I don't know if I'm going to be able to play that. But at the end, you'll be able to play it. And then you'll be able to kind of look back and see like, wow, like that seemed like it was really hard 30 days ago. So we do want you to like have a measurable improvement as well. Now, one more question that I want to touch on, because I've received it a lot, even though like I did talk about it in the previous video. Is this going to be available for those of us who can't catch it live? And I want to reiterate, yes, you will be able to access these videos forever. I'm hoping, I think I'm going to be actually using Vimeo because they just have better security features for uploading the recorded versions of the calls. I'm not exactly sure how it works, but that's kind of what I'm thinking right now. And there is going to be some time between the end of the lesson, which will be around 6:30 CST, to the processing time, uploading to Vimeo, and then uploading that to the website. But I'm hoping we can have a turnaround time of like 3 to 4 hours, depending on the internet. It might take a little bit longer for the first couple days as I learn how to use it. But if you miss the live recording, it should be up within just a few hours. So you can still keep pace on a daily basis. I'm going to try to really be on the ball with that. And actually, for those of you with like more technical know-how, if you have any tips or tricks or suggestions, please let me know that too. I'm really excited to get this going. Check out the description bar below. That will have all of the details on how to sign up for this course. As I mentioned in the previous video, it's $97. It's going to be 30, that is a very loud vehicle outside. I don't know if you heard that. It's going to be 30 days in a row, so it's going to be really intense. I want to kind of deep dive into this with you guys. And yeah, and you can join the private Facebook group, and it's got all that going on. So without further ado, again, in the description below, you'll find all the links, how to join, find the link to the original video if you want more details, as well as a starter's guide PDF for those of you who, you just want to make sure, you want a little refresher, you want to make sure you know kind of the bare minimum to make sense of this course, just review a couple of beginners videos, that's going to be there for you too. So I guess we're starting right away. Let me think about this. So it's Tuesday. Then that means Wednesday, Thursday, Friday. I'm like counting on my fingers. We're starting in 4 days, guys. I hope you're hyped. I am so hyped. This is going to be a lot of fun. And feel free to email me if you have any other questions as well. I'll be happy to help you out and answer them. See you soon. Bye, guys. I want you to feel like you know what to, like, that was a bad start to that question. Let me try that again.